That's nice. So we body swapped it and changed the faces. So that's very cool. And it looks like it's going to have to be modified straight out of the packet. So what's unusual about that? Excellent. Right, now these little pieces we can keep for future projects. But it is really cool to know that I can do that. Oh, that one pushes in really well. That's a much tighter fit. But I don't think... Yeah, just pushing on the light gently, it's not moving, so I don't think it's going to fall out of there. This mechanism probably holds it in place anyway. Alright, we'll put this back together so that we don't lose any of the bits. Uh-oh, this one doesn't return properly. What have we done? We've put it back together incorrectly. Oh. That's okay. It's just a spare. It's broken anyway. Who gives a shit? Right. So that's that swapped out. Now that space is free for my wiper, my what's it called? Power mirrors. Now to install the power mirrors, I actually have to cut this center piece out, and I'll show you what that looks like now. This is the basic power mirror switch. This is not the one I'm going to use. I'll get the one that the mirrors can close, open and close, and it has a little open and close button here, but this is the same size. So you just need to trim this center like pole out of here. You can just clip it with side cutters and that will just slot straight in. Interesting thing to know is that the DA52 and DA62, DB52 and the old Wagon R stuff are all the same. So if you look for, like if you want this in your truck and the switch is really expensive, look at Wagon R stuff because it's a lot cheaper. Okay, we're going to do this the most crude way possible just with these. If you've got a Dremel, you can probably get that done really, really nicely. But I don't have one of those, so I'm going to use the side cutters and just straight up bang. That should be acceptable. Right, let's give it a shot. Let's put it in upside down, eh? Look at that. Perfect. Now to get it out of there. Removing buttons from DA52 and DA62 dashes is very fucking annoying.
Approximately 10 hours later.
Okay, that sucks. There's these 4 little clips on the side and they're horrible. So be careful. Don't fit that until you are happy that it's going to stay there forever. Otherwise, you might not be able to get it out again. Fuck. Okay, I'm pretty happy with the way the dash has turned out, so it's time to put it back into the car. I forgot something. I forgot the iPad dash. I have to trim these pieces down to get the thing in there. So there's no point doing that in the car. It's better if I do it here, and then all the dust can stay here rather than in the car. So let's get that done, if I can find the actual dash to try to fit it. Now, I'm not really sure about this angle, so yeah. But here's the iPad dash. It's got the cutout for the Profec, which will use a boost controller, and it has this. This is for DEFI gauges. I'm not planning to put DEFI gauges in the white van, but because the cutout is there and it's perfect, I'm just gonna leave it. Just not plug it in like that. Bye. So yeah, it doesn't quite fit. There are some spots that I need to cut and whatnot, so that I can push it in. I don't remember. It's the pretty much. This is the main culprit along there. If I can get rid of that and then some of this, it should just go straight in. I don't have to get rid of that much, as far as I remember. The back of this isn't very pretty, but it works. It was the first one I ever did. I used MDF, made a box that held the iPad, and then fiberglassed and bogged my way to... oh no, the paint's coming off. It's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. Bogged my way to that. Fiberglassed and bogged my way to that. So yeah, she's got a chip in her, but I mean, this car's gonna be a daily, so that sort of thing's going to happen. This one I built for the carry truck, but now I've switched dashes in the carry truck, so this one will be going into the white van. Right, that's enough about that. Let's put this somewhere where it can fall over and break. Now I really want to use an air saw or something like that to go across there. So I'll have to use my air compressor. Before I can do that though, I have to change the oil on the air compressor. I don't think I'll film that though. You don't need to see me change oil on an air compressor, do you? Nah, probably not.
A few inches later.
Now, while you were recharging, I was putting the dash in. Alright, the other thing that I did was start to clean the underside of the engine because it was covered in oil. The deal was, I have an oil leak here. You see the oil about to drip. Not sure where that was coming from, so I started spraying under here with the parts cleaner, and nothing sort of presented itself. But then I had a look on the other side. So here's our oil here, leaking out nice and steady. Couldn't find the source. I figured it'd be further up, but this area here was completely covered in orange sealant. And I don't mean like from the inside, like here you can sort of see it's between the sump and the block. This is actually sealing, but what he'd done is just got sealant and just gone like this with it and smeared it over the edge. Now that's not going to seal, and I suspect that is where this leak was coming from. It was leaking through his sealant, because as you can see, it's currently leaking and I just scraped off what was on the outside. So yep, I'm hoping that's the only leak. Now, before I shuck end this thing, I need to do an oil change on it anyway. So we're gonna drain the oil, take the sump off, clean it up, and put new sealant on it, put it back in again. I'm gonna run out of time today. I know that. I don't have the time to finish this. I don't even have the sealant required to seal it. I'll have to go get some ATV sealer. So this will be a tomorrow morning job, but at least I know what I'm doing. At least I know what I have to do. Yeah, so yeah, I hope this is the only leak. All right, let's go up to the top and have a look up there. Now at present, I don't remember whether I filmed this or not, but I'm pretty sure I did. The removal of the silicone covering this bolt up here and not understanding why it was even there. It seems that the mechanic that worked on this, his mantra was, if it leaks, just drown it in silicone. So I'm hoping that the seal around these bolts just wasn't working. So that one's like, that's a bit dodgy looking. Looks like it's been, well, it's all hard. So I'll get new bolts for it, and then hopefully that will, oops, hopefully that will fix that leak. They're just horrible. I've got some bolts in the garage that might be better, but I mean, the weird thing is this seal is really soft. It's almost like it's brand new. So he probably had a leak at the top, thought it was this, replaced this. Oh no, it's the bolt. Nah, fuck it, I'll just drown it in silicone. The really disturbing thing though is that this screw here and this screw here were loose. I've tightened them up a little bit, but I don't know the torque setting. When I say loose, I mean hanging out. So I'm not sure exactly what they hold, but whatever they were supposed to be holding, it wasn't holding. I mean, it holds this down. Anyway, so I need to find the torque settings for these and then torque these up, torque them to spec. I'll check the head bolts as well, and then put that cover back on with new bolts, and that will be hopefully all I do to this part. I've ordered a new thermostat that should be here tomorrow, except I can't go pick it up, so that'll be Thursday. Yeah, that's about it. I think that's where we're at. That's where we're at, and that is the end of this episode. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button. If you'd like to see more, press subscribe and press the bell so that you get notifications. If you'd like to support this channel, you can do that by getting your name on the Garage Kei door. Details on how to do that are in the description. Check out the merch store, check out the comments, check out all the things, the Facebooks, the Instagrams. I'll see you in the next episode. Later.